Hello, Ducks fans. Welcome to another episode of the Quack Report. If you're having a good day, I would just say end it here. Let's save this one for tomorrow.
No, I don't know. There might be some entertainment value still in this episode. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but I'm saying if your day's not already ruined by something else, like why relive the pain that was last night? You know? That's my opinion.
For fun.
We're still going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We've got a lot of other things to talk about besides
Relive
this game,
it for
but
fun.
yeah, we have contract talk updates. We got 3 upcoming games that hopefully aren't this bad. We've got some big energy coming from Lucas Dostal coming up a little bit later, and we got 3 things for what's quacking. So this game,
You got
peanuts.
3 things. I put 1 in there. What did you add?
You put 2 because I only.
Oh right,
okay.
Right. We got a fan question, and then I had like the normal what's quack and stuff. And then you got some. Oh, okay, you got something in here too.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Little discussion here.
All right.
So before we, inflict pain, mental pain on ourselves like we do pretty much every week here. How's your week been so far, Nate?
It's been all right. And we were talking about this before the show. It got topped off by UPS today. God, that company sucks. I'm just gonna throw that out there. UPS sucks. It's brutal. I've talked before about like, oh yeah, I finally have my new computer coming in. I'm not gonna hopefully have to hardwire my computer just to run this, and I can do more and stuff like that. It'll be great. So I've been waiting on this computer now for 2 months. And it was supposed to get delivered today. Pops up with additional address details needed, but nothing to go to or anything like that.
And no one tried to contact you.
No one could try to contact me. That got updated at like 9 a.m. local this morning. So I was like, okay, well, somebody will call me and kind of get it figured out. So I'm waiting around at home because I'm expecting this package. And obviously I don't want a ridiculously expensive computer just sitting outside. It's still like minus 20 Celsius outside. So obviously you don't want that, right?
Plus, pirates.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm not taking that chance with UPS and everything like that and my brand new computer. So I'm waiting around and that kind of stuff. And eventually I was like, okay, they gotta call me. There's gotta be some time. So I'm gonna go and do my gym session. So I go do it, still nothing. So I got home. And I contact customer service, talk to the guy there, and but as I'm doing that, I also saw because I'm doing a trade-in with this computer here too. See, the trade-in package was supposed to get delivered on Friday, like last Friday, and had the same thing there as well. I never got an email about that they needed any additional details or anything like that. Nor did they try to call me. And then same thing for today with the actual computer itself. So I call them. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm seeing on my tracking. I wasn't called or anything like that. And there's no way to do anything here. So I'm not really sure like what I'm supposed to do. The guy goes, oh, okay, well, we're the address is incomplete. It looks like here. We don't know what unit you're in. And I was like, it says in my details, it says that it's unit 2 and then the rest of my address.
Which is?
Oh yeah. I'm not saying this right.
Just in case someone wants a free computer out there.
Yeah, I was like, it's unit 2. It says it on there. It's 2 dash yada yada. And he goes, oh, okay, yeah, I see that right here. Okay, I'll update that. I'm like, okay. There's also a second package that was supposed to get delivered on Friday, but that's showing the same thing. I'm not seeing a second package here. He goes, it's like, okay, the last 4 digits are supposed to be this. You can hear him typing in the background. Oh, yeah, okay, I found that as well. Yeah, same thing, and I'll make sure to update this too. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, so this has been handled now. It'll get delivered to you tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So why wasn't I notified about this or anything like that? Because say for the trade-in box, right? I believe UPS's thing is like they'll hold it for like a week or a week and a half, and then they'll return it to the sender. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I wasn't told about this Friday package, and it's Wednesday now. was like, why wasn't I like contacted, phone, email, whatever? And it was something to do with like just an information privacy kind of thing. I was like, okay, whatever. Can I'm kind of close to the distribution center here in Lethbridge. I was like, would I just be able to go pick it up today instead of waiting for tomorrow? No, unfortunately, the only option is to wait until tomorrow. I'm like, all right, as long as both packages show up tomorrow on my doorstep when I'm home, like as long as that happens. Yes, sir. They will show up. Like, all right, thank you for your help. So I said,
if they're not here, you're gonna hear from me again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm like, I said to the guy, I'm like, I know it's not your fault specifically or anything like that, but it would really suck if something I was waiting for 2 months got sent back because you guys didn't want to ask me to clarify a detail here.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand the whole privacy reason. It's like
I
we have
get
an issue with your order, but we can't contact you about it. Like,
yeah, I get it to a point, but it's just like, what?
Yeah, like is it not better for them to contact you than
you have my
some
email
random person to call in and
for
like that could be pretending to be you?
You have my email at least that it's sent like, hey, your package is with us kind of thing, but like, okay. you have my details. The reason for you to have my details is so that you can contact me in case there's anything going on. So otherwise, what's the point of having my my phone number, my email? There's no point for that otherwise. Just send my package to my house.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If the only reason I go through UPS is when I don't have an option to go through anybody else. I would much rather honestly go through Purolator or FedEx, or because we're in Canada, Canada Post, like USPS for the States.
Mhm.
I hate when stuff has to go through UPS. It sucks every time I have an issue. So
Yeah,
that's my glowing not recommendation of UPS to start the show. So besides that,
0 stars.
yeah. Besides that, though, the rest of my week wasn't too bad. Just been kind of hanging out. My girlfriend just left yesterday to go back home for a few days, just to visit her family and stuff like that. I stuck around
living the
just because
bachelor life.
Yeah, exactly. I just stuck around just because we're not sure of our school situation right now. Still, our school's on strike, but just in case something changed, right? Then I was here. So, but that doesn't also
miracles do happen
either. Yeah, miracles happen, but not in Lethbridge. I can tell you that much. So, but yeah, that's about it for me. So,
Nice.
yeah, really, the highlight of it was UPS not really doing their job. So,
fair enough. Wow.
What about you? Have you had to deal with any bad couriers lately?
You know what? Actually, yeah.
Have you? Oh my god!
It's actually not that bad.
Please tell me it was UPS.
No, it wasn't, and it's not even like really a big deal. But every so often, we order like those the food meal kit delivery services.
Oh yeah.
So I was waiting for one of those to arrive. It was supposed to be here yesterday, and that was my plan for dinner. I was just gonna cook one of those.
Yep.
And
they're normally really good. Like I've tried a couple
different
ones.
Yeah, they are.
Like
no
the
issues.
Trials and stuff like that. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. This is not an issue with the food delivery service, and I'm not gonna say their name because they're not paying us. So
I was just saying that as a side thing. Like those things are good. So
yeah, absolutely. Would 100% recommend.
Yeah.
So normally they get delivered between 8 a.m. 8 p.m. They come with ice packs, so everything stays cold. It's also like the fridge temperature outside, so no issues.
It's like freezer temperature outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so it's perfect.
Not totally concerned.
No,
if it's on the truck for 10 hours or whatever. So usually it gets here around noon, ish, give or take a couple hours. It's about 7 o'clock and there's no package, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? I check the info, and usually these packages come from Calgary, but it was in Edmonton.
What? That's the other way. That's the other way.
Yeah, like
we're south of Calgary. You gotta drive north to do that. That's going the other way.
Yeah, any place in between, like Lethbridge and Calgary, fine by me. If it's there, sure. Maybe there was a breakdown and it's still just stuck on the no, total opposite direction. So I contacted the meal kit place because I was like, hey, and it also the tracking said, yeah, it's been delayed. It's going to be here Thursday, and I'm like, okay, I don't trust the ice packs that much. So I contacted them. They they gave me a credit for like the
Oh, there you go.
the hassle, which is not bad.
Mhm.
And it ended up being here today instead. So
Oh, perfect.
yeah, no issue. Not definitely not like you, where it's just like total obliviousness and like just not even able to
You
function
got
as
a
a
credit,
postal
and you
delivery
actually
company.
got your package on the day it was supposed to arrive.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, not an issue. Well,
Oh,
not on the
man.
day it was supposed to arrive. It was supposed to be here yesterday. I got it
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, sorry.
But,
Okay, so it's still a day late, but you at least got store credit out of it.
yeah, day late. The meat was still frozen, so like
Perfect.
really not an issue. Yeah,
Yeah, I just got told. Sorry.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, I don't know. Just, the courier just drove north instead of south. It happens, I guess. So not as bad as you, but that's
Lethbridge
my
starts with an
my
E.
difficulty. Yeah, there's definitely an E in there and a D, and it's in the right province, I
there
guess.
is an E technically in Lethbridge, but it's the second letter.
Yeah,
There's no D for Edmonton or for Lethbridge. I mean,
yeah, there is.
well, okay.
BRIDGE. Yeah, not after the E, but
Oh yeah, there. Oh my god, I can't spell apparently. All right. I really don't want to talk about this game, but
no,
if
really
we
not.
have
But
to.
let's get it out of the way. Let's just get into it.
So this entire game, by the way, if you missed it, 8-3 Blackhawks over the Ducks. What the fuck?
All right, enough said about that, and we're gonna go to
Yeah.
break.
I promise you though, I only have a couple notes here.
Mhm.
I will be done with this conversation really quickly. I genuinely do not want to talk about this game for very long, but I
Yeah.
definitely am going to probably because it's me. Let's be
Okay.
honest here.
We started this about 13 minutes in by our timer, so
So let's see where we're at here.
yeah, let's
All
see
right,
how long
so-
Nate can talk about this.
The notes that I have are purely about the first goal, and that's almost all you have. I have two other small things.
Mhm.
But you can sum it mainly up by this first goal of the game. It's a minute 38 into the first period. Bad pass into traffic, trying to get into the zone by Cam Fowler. Blackhawks take it and enter our zone. Both Fowler and Carrick are deciding to really play hard defense. Both go up to whoever the puck carrier was. I honestly didn't even notice who it was because all I saw was a streaking Dylan Strome wide open in the fucking slot again for a tap in. Nobody around him. But I'm so glad there's three guys over in the corner, two guys on the puck alone.
Yeah, that's that. You're right.
That's
That
the
sums
last
it up.
3 weeks of us
Yeah.
defensively. I don't think it works. I'm just going to throw that out
Yeah.
there. I don't think that works.
There's not a lot of evidence out there that it doesn't work, but we're leaning to the fact that whatever the fuck we're doing doesn't work.
And then to add on top of it, just the icing on the cake, right? Who's the one guy we've talked about a lot that we don't want to be talking about in this way since the All-Star break?
I'm gonna go with for $1,000, please, John Gibson.
That is correct. And after the first goal, he already
yeah.
looks defeated.
Oh yeah,
He
absolutely.
looked done already.
And honestly, can't even blame him for that one.
No, I can't blame him,
Yeah.
but also it's already in his head. The game is done. The game is
Yeah.
literally done less than 2 minutes in. You look at the scoreboard, oh, it's only 1-0. That's fine. You look at everything else on the ice, though, that game is done within the first 2 minutes. That is dog shit, dude. That is horrible.
Yeah.
That is awful. That is a brutal team mentality. You got nothing from your coaching staff going whatsoever either.
Mm-hmm.
They're just all deadpan.
Yeah. Did Eakins even call a timeout in that first period?
Not that I can recall.
Yeah, because I missed the first period. I forgot the game was going on.
He might have, but at that point, it was just like, have you played Grand Theft Auto? Like Grand Theft Auto 5?
A long time ago.
At some point?
At some point in my life, yes.
So there was like the side missions with Trevor, right? Where he just goes on the rampages kind of thing. It's just like everything gets like the red filter over top of it and that sort of thing. Yeah, that was me watching that entire first period. 5-0 after the first period. You know me, I normally will stick it out through games and stuff like that, right? Just for the sake of, whether it's Anaheim so I can talk about it, whether it's Calgary, whether it's international play. Normally we're pretty lucky. Canada's not normally getting their ass kicked or anything like that. But like I'm normally the guy who will stick through, watch games, right? And do that. I turned it off after the first period.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
I turned it on for the last 5 minutes just so I could send out that last tweet saying the score. That's literally it.
Honestly, thank God this game was in Chicago. Could you imagine the crowd if this game was in Anaheim?
It'd have been horrible.
Yeah. Like, I would feel bad for I feel bad if there was any Anaheim fans in Chicago. Yeah. Hello, Allie. Thank you for joining. Quack, quack to you too. We're on a bit of a rant here, but we've got some things going on. Oh, Here we go. I turned the game off after the first period and went to go see Batman instead.
That was good. Choice. That was good.
Awesome. Okay. Let's pencil that in for later because we got to wrap up this game here.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Okay. So I'll add one more thing as well because it does connect to this first game. Dylan Strome getting a hat trick. Guy's got 15 goals now on the season. That's it. But I mean, that's still pretty good. Don't get me wrong. And like he is actually doing really well this season. I think he's got 30 points in 40. I'm trying to just remember what I saw earlier today. He has like 30 points in 45 games. He's having a pretty good season, honestly. Yeah. The Chicago Blackhawks as a whole are crap, but there's a lot of players, like we were talking about this last episode. There's a lot of players that are having really good seasons actually still, even though the team is not doing well as a whole. Dylan Strome on a night that the Chicago Blackhawks gave away St. Patrick's Day hats. Gets a hat trick.
That's what all the green hats were. I see.
Yeah. Okay. So just raining hats. Dylan Strome gets 3 of 8 goals.
Is it? Sorry.
For the Chicago Blackhawks.
Pause it for a second. When's St. Patrick's Day? Did we miss it?
No. It's the 17th.
Oh, okay. Oh, sick. This was just like their closest home game or whatever?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, cool. I was like shocked when you said it was almost St. Patrick's Day.
So there's the defensive aspect of it. All right. I got one more thing for the forwards.
Okay.
I like my shot maps, right? You know I love my shot maps. It's to me they feel a lot for offense.
Yeah,
they show a lot.
I'm looking forward to this.
Take a look at this for a moment. I'm just gonna if you're listening to the podcast of this, please just for this moment or just even this, honestly, even just go on moneypuck.com. That's where I get this from. Moneypuck.com and search up it's obviously the Tuesday night game, Anaheim versus Chicago. Just go look at the shot map. That's all I want you to look at. All right. Or you can just take a look with us here on YouTube. I don't know about you, but I think I remember talking about how you need to shoot from good spots in order to have some legitimate chances here. So we're going to go full like ESPN, TSN. Football normally does this a lot more where they like to take the marker and stuff like that.
They draw on the
so we're gonna go full that here. All right, I'm gonna get out my handy pen. We're going to start with the Blackhawks shots, all right? I'm going to go from the start of the trapezoid up to the top of the face-off circles here. So we're just going to do a line like this.
Oh, boy, that's a big
line across, line there. And I'm going to bring it a little lower just so we have that full area.
Nice box.
All right, take a look at that.
Oh, it makes it a nice rectangle. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
I see a lot of shots in there, too. I see a lot of shots. I see a lot of darkened circles, meaning those were goals. I see a lot of that there. You probably don't want that. I moved it just a tiny bit because it was throwing me off that it was like not centered.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing here on the other side here for Anaheim. All right, we're gonna come across here and come down. I see 6 shots there. I didn't realize you guys needed a fucking podcaster to tell you to get shots in the slot and not let them have that many.
Yeah.
And not tell you just once, but twice in the span of like a week. What is Dallas Eakins and the rest of the coaching staff doing? Honestly, what are they doing at this point? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure they got other things on their plate. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand, like, coaching is a hard job. There's a lot of things going on.
They don't have other things on their plate. Their issue is to get this, like, their job is to make this team win. If this team's not winning, then what the fuck are they doing? Don't try and defend them. I know you're trying to be nice. No, we're over it.
I'm saying no. Okay, sorry. Okay, just let me finish this thought here. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
I understand that you have other things on your plate, but this should be your priority.
Yeah.
This should be on a whiteboard. You got top 3 things that we need to work on. Let's just say this week or for the next 2 practices, right? I get the schedule is a little bit hectic, but it's hectic for everybody as well. You can't really get the practice times in. Mm-hmm. And now you're on the start, you just had the start of a 5-game road trip now, right?
Mm-hmm.
This maybe should have been figured out before that.
Maybe.
This maybe should have been figured out a week ago. This maybe should have been figured out a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuse for this anymore. This was horrible. All aspects of the ice. I didn't even look at how many shots the Ducks had because honestly, it doesn't even matter. None of them were quality whatsoever. Yeah. Besides this one big one here over on
the Trevor Zegras goal.
Yeah, the Trevor Zegras goal on Fleury's left-hand side. It's nice that we got, the other 2 in there. But like, there's literally almost nothing there.
Yeah, there's
nothing to talk about. How do you expect to win hockey games?
Yeah, how do
you expect to have a
mind-boggling.
chance? How do you expect to have a chance? This was the Chicago Blackhawks, who are currently like 3rd last in the Western Conference. You are sitting 2 spots outside of the wild card right now. I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, by the Nashville game, we'll have an idea of where this team is going to be. Right now, they're on the outside looking in. The next game is Nashville.
Yeah.
You had a great start of the season or that, but you've just completely imploded. Look to next year.
Yeah.
Because playing like this consistently at this point is not going to do anything for you. Not at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I see Lauren's joined in on the chat as well. So welcome, Lauren. But also another comment here from Allie I wanted to bring up. She says, it's sad because even if Stolarz started, I think this game would have still been abysmal. Maybe not as bad because of how much they feed off his energy, but still bad. And I 100% agree with that.
I think it would have been a better outcome, at least.
Yeah, because it might not have been 8-3, but
that first goal got into John Gibson's head right away. You could see it just in his body language, in his face, just on that quick close up.
Mm-hmm.
I straight up watched that, and I said out loud, "This game's done."
Yeah,
not even 2 minutes in. That is bad. And again, I don't like to normally harp just on one guy, but man, John Gibson is not it right now. We've talked for what we've been doing this is our 3rd season of the show, right? Normally it's, you know what? Like it sucks that Gibson and we'll go Miller, Stolarz, right? Those are the 2 backups that we've had during our time on the show. They always put their best foot forward. It's not normally on them though, right?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it is on John Gibson to a point. He's not this elite American goaltender that we've been talking about for this last while. Something is going on.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's in his head, whether it's an injury that he's gone out of the lineup for a couple times this last week and a half, 2 weeks, whether it's a non-COVID illness or it's a upper body injury for a night. Leave him out for a bit. Let him rest. Mm-hmm. I talked about this at the start of the season. You have Stolarz. He's a good goaltender. You can play him a little bit more. I think I see what you're laughing at. Yeah. I'm laughing at it too, honestly.
It's a little accurate.
Allie's saying Nate every episode. I don't like to harp on one guy. Also Nate every episode. Man, John Gibson. It's literally been
Called
just
out.
since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
I don't even care. That's appropriate. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I have that self-awareness at least here. But like just since the All-Star break, something has not been right. But yet Dallas Eakins and the rest of the coaching staff continue to throw in John Gibson. And when you have a goaltender that's, whether it's injury, whether it's mental, is not quite where he should be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a defense in front that wants to half-ass defense. Honestly, the rest of that game just looked lazy to me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It was lazy. It didn't look like they wanted to be out there. They had there was no start to their game whatsoever. You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
You are going to have a bad time.
Just because you brought up the defense, I want to talk on this. And I also don't like to just harp on one guy, but I'm going to harp on one guy here for a second. And don't get me wrong, I still love this player. He's still young. I'm not saying trade him for a bag of pucks or anything like that, but this was without a doubt Jamie Drysdale's worst game as an Anaheim Duck.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. However, I'm going to come in his defense for a moment here, okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Have we really honestly seen many bad games or even mediocre games out of Jamie Drysdale?
No,
we've
exactly.
normally been pretty good with him, right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
But it's also
yeah.
I think honestly, I wouldn't even put it on him specifically for his performance. Yeah, you know what? It wasn't great. Everybody has off games. I totally get that. I had a bunch of my own as well.
Yeah.
Right. We all have. Everybody's had, off games, off days, off whatever. We've had off days on this show even, right? Like imagine this is our game. We've had off times. It happens to everybody. I get that.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't happen it doesn't work out really well when you have the off days and on top of everybody around you is not there whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Such as the case against Chicago here.
Yeah.
Nobody came out.
Jamie Drysdale wasn't the only one having a bad game. No. There was tons of other players, but
yeah, Jamie Drysdale just stuck out because that's not what we're used to seeing, right? It's the same. It's the same thing as John Gibson. It's just not what we're used to seeing here.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is at least just one game. God forbid it becomes a 3-week thing like John Gibson.
Yeah,
that's where you start to worry a little bit.
The thing is though, that's what scares me is with John Gibson. Yeah, he's had bad games before, like over the last few years. He gets over it next game, or maybe it takes 2 games, whatever. Then he's back to himself. But this has been 3 weeks, and the coaching staff has done nothing to try and help him. Seemingly, I mean, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but aside from giving Stellaris 1 start in February, they've done absolutely nothing to try and help him. And now I'm worried that that's going to happen with Jamie Drysdale. And because he's so young, we can't afford to do that to him. Like,
no, you don't want to.
The coaching staff has to step in now. Yeah, exactly. Like something needs to happen. If Jamie Drysdale has another bad game on, when do we play? Friday? Thursday?
Thursday. Yep.
Thursday. If he has another bad game on Thursday, the whole coaching staff needs to go, because that is not how you run a hockey team. Like, yes, I might be overreacting a little bit, but like
I honestly don't even know about the whole coaching staff. I never thought I'd say this, but just with my fandom history with this guy in general, I've been happy with Jeff Ward and that power play. That's been well.
Yeah, that's been fine.
As well
I'm just saying, like, we can't let Jamie Drysdale get in his own head. That absolutely can happen.
Yeah. Along with oh my God, why am I forgetting? They interviewed him the other night as well. Again,
Comtois?
No, the other assistant coach that we just hired.
Oh, sorry.
Why am I
on the totally wrong page?
I'm doing some research here quickly. Coaching staff. Man, why am I Mike Stothers? There you go. And Newell Brown. The assistants, honestly, like they've done their thing. Excuse me. They've improved different areas that sucked. Remember, like our power play was almost a league historical worst last year, right?
Yeah.
there's been improvements all around. Like we are like top 5, top 10 in a lot of categories. That's massive improvement. But the guy who's steering the ship right now is okay. At least with the Titanic, whoever was at the helm tried to avoid the iceberg. Scientifically, actually, he probably should have run into that because of the way the ship was struck. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm sorry. I could go on about that actually, but this is deliberately going into the iceberg without having the unsinkable qualities of the Titanic, pretty much.
Yeah.
This is running in like first at the speed of that ship, but in a little canoe.
Or it's
sinking fast.
Yeah. It's just to build off your analogy here. It's running headfirst into an iceberg in a canoe, expecting that eventually the iceberg will just move out of the way.
Yeah. Okay, here I got a better one for you.
Okay.
You've seen Spider-Man 2, right?
No, never.
Oh, come on, man.
Yes.
Okay, you got the speeding train, right?
Yeah.
Or it starts to speed after, Spider-Man and Doc Ock are fighting for a bit, and Doc Ock pulls out the resistor or whatever it's called, right? The thing that like keeps it in a certain speed, right? And the thing just speeds up. It's just it's plummeting. Like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's Spidey sense kind of like zooms us forward and shows us what's ahead, right? The bridge is cut off and they're about to just like spill. It's going to be a horrific crash. Dallas Eakins is Spider-Man fucking off at that point and just letting the train go,
being like, I got an appointment in 20 minutes. We're good.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Spidey's going, I bet you MJ's in her apartment right now. I'm gonna fuck out of here. Let the rest of it just run off the tracks, literally.
Yeah. I just want to bring up here, just to kind of tie everything together for this.
I said I wanted this game. I wanted to be a quick conversation. We've been talking about it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
I told you it was gonna happen.
But this is the last thing here.
All right.
It's still kind of harping on Drysdale, but like you said with Gibson at the beginning. Yes, I know. I'm not. I know he's the best. Okay, I'm gonna be mean to everybody here for a second.
Ali said, "Don't be mean to Drysdale. He's the best." That was perfect timing to bring that up. Sorry.
Yeah, you said at the beginning after that first goal, John Gibson was just deflated mentally. He was not in it anymore, and a huge part of that was, I think, because it was a defensive lapse. This isn't the fault of Drysdale. He wasn't on the ice, like you said. It was Fowler and somebody
Fowler
else.
and Carrick.
And Carrick on defense at that moment. Yeah. But every other goal that happened, except for one, I guess, was the defensemen that were on the ice were Drysdale and Lindholm. Both of those guys finished -5 on the night.
And normally plus minus is a stat that you and I, at least, and a lot of others, I think, just throw out the window because it really doesn't tell the whole story. It tells a story, though, if it's really good or very bad. Exactly.
Yeah. But he was in an 8-goal game. Lindholm and Drysdale were both -5. And that's at 5-on-5. The only goal the Blackhawks scored that wasn't 5-on-5, unfortunately, it wasn't even on the power play. It was on their penalty kill. It was a shorthanded goal. And guess who was on the ice? Lindholm and Drysdale. So essentially -6
I love this team
for 8 goals against.
I love this team.
So
I promise I love this team.
So I find it hard to blame John Gibson for this game. Yeah, you can't be down and out after 2 minutes in and you let in 1 goal. Like, you can maybe fault him there, but on those 6 goals, it's not even like Fowler and Lindholm were just on the ice, made a good defensive play, but you know what? Patrick Kane's going to do Patrick Kane things. It wasn't even that. It was like defensive collapses. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, this is not how you play defense.
Dude, that epitomizes the entire game. What the fuck are you doing? Patrick Kane, by the way, 6 points last night.
Which,
a goal and 5 assists.
Like, props to you to be able to do that. To be fair, it's against the Anaheim Ducks, so not as impressive when you add that in. But 6 points, why not?
I think it's impressive because the Anaheim Ducks are, supposed to be contending for a playoff spot, whereas
Supposed to be.
Chicago literally does not have a chance of getting it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the whole scenario was just bad. I mean, offense was kind of okay. We got 3 goals, like you said, with your shot map. It wasn't the best, but the defense and goaltending it was by far the worst that I've seen this season.
It was not good.
Which means it can only go up from here, I hope. I hope we don't see the same.
We thought that the entirety of last season also.
Yeah. If we play the same way against Nashville here, like it's going to be worse than 8-3. It's going to be like 15-3 if we play this way against Nashville.
There is a question, so I'm going to kind of jump ahead in our normal schedule a little bit here. Yeah, we are playing Nashville on Thursday here. And we got Ali asking, do you guys think Stolarz starts tomorrow against Nashville there? I hope so, because in the last 5 games, you got Matt Duchene with 4 goals, Roman Josi with 6 assists, and leading the team with 7 points in 5 games as a defenseman.
That's rough.
I'm trying to see who the leaders are even on Nashville. Which Nashville, by the way, is currently sitting in the first wildcard spot, 5 games ahead of us, but 3 games in hand.
Yikes. Yeah, it's not good.
Roman Josi currently has 60 points on the year.
That's a lot. Good for Roman Josi, though.
Matt Duchene has 27 goals on the year. UC Saros is rocking a 241 goals against. The dude's honestly playing for a Vezina this year, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been doing great. And I'm trying to find his other stats here. Where'd they go? And then Roman Josi, 27 wins, 3 of those being shutouts, a 2.41 goals against average, and a 924 save percentage over the season.
Yeah, those are solid numbers. Holy shit. Well, we'll get to that game, though. We'll get to it. We're going to... we got a couple things here to bring the mood back up again. And but first, before we do that, we're going to...
I have one more note here.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
I have the note here, no more throwing away tape. Normally, this is a game that, we look at for a split second. We just go, yeah, you know what? Like, just throw that away.
Yeah.
No, I hope every single Ducks player had to watch that game in full, including commercial breaks again, because everybody else, unless you decide to shut off your TV like I did, everybody else had to sit through that game, watch that horrible effort.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one you just keep replaying throughout today. You play it 8 times. So what's 8 times 3? I'm bad at math.
24.
16, 24. Yeah. Okay. So a full 24 hours of playthrough. Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Perfect.
And then you throw the tape in the garbage, light it on fire, and say, I don't ever want to see that again.
You know what? Honestly,
but that is Dallas Eakins was designed to coach this for the second half of the season. So
honestly, I don't know. I think this is a great way actually for the Samuelites to make a little bit of side cash for the organization here. Instead of burning the game tape, I think they should market it as like a direct-to-video documentary and sell it to minor hockey clubs around the world of how not to play hockey. From everything from offense, this is not how you generate offense, by random ass shots from the outside. This is not how you play defense, by fucking flopping around like a fish out of water on a 3-on-1. And this is not how you goaltend either. For Gibson or Stolarz, they both of them didn't have a good game. You could sell millions of copies of that game tape. You throw in a little Sam L. Jackson commentary in there. Perfect. Ready to go. Yeah. Just throwing that out there, Samuelis, if you think you might want to earn some side cash here.
Okay, I got one more thing here just because I'm looking at the comments here, but I'm trying to find where'd that game go? Okay, is that the? No, sorry, that's not the one. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking of something else. But this still works here. So we got a question here from Lauren, or as we're on the topic of coaches. Which Ducks coach was worse, Bruce Boudreau or Dallas Eakins? I always thought Boudreau was overrated, but Eakins just flat out sucks. I think you answered your own question there, Lauren.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not working.
Yeah.
So I know I was on this
yeah.
train last year, and I changed my tune a little bit, right? I was listening to what he was talking about at the start of the season and stuff like that, and he gave me belief. Unfortunately, the fucker gaslit all of us.
Simple as that. Yeah.
What's a better way of describing that?
Yeah, I got nothing else to say.
You have a solid roster here. You honestly do. Sure, a couple improvements kind of here and there. It's what we've been saying the entire season, right? The team isn't perfect by any means. A couple of guys still just, get a little bit more experience under their belt. Trevor Zegras, Jamie Drysdale, Troy Terry even, right? This team has the foundation, though, to be good, like, in the next year or two, honestly. Yeah. And we thought we were seeing we saw glimpses of that the first half of the season. And then he just said, okay, that's good enough. And everybody dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I have nothing to add to that. So, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. So before we take a quick break here, I totally forgot that we haven't really talked about this yet. It's a few days old by now, so we won't get into it. But just for the sake of covering all the games.
Okay, I was going to say, the Getzlaff was out and we didn't bring in another forward as well?
No, we're keeping it positive. We're done with the negativity.
Oh, okay, because Ali had mentioned that as well.
Yes, it's a true statement. Yeah, but no, I was going to say.
Why would you want to play with a full roster?
On Sunday evening, the Ducks beat the Sharks in overtime, 3-2.
Cool.
Goal from Mikkel there.
Cool. That's game. Way too close. That was way too close of a game. The Ducks outplayed them the entire time.
No, we're being positive.
That shouldn't have. No. Okay, sweet. I'm glad we won. Now to the negatives. That shouldn't have even gone to overtime.
Fair enough.
They outplayed them.
I'm just happy with a win.
Ridiculously. Like, that game I did get too late. And so I took a look at Money Puck. I like to look at the deserve to win meter. It gives a good idea, at least, to start of, how everything's going. I tuned in with 6 minutes left in the game, and it was 80% in favor of the Ducks. That game shouldn't have gone to overtime. That shouldn't have been giving a point to a division rival.
I'm not worried about the Sharks, though, honestly.
No, but you shouldn't be doing that no matter what.
Yeah, no, fair. Yeah, totally fair.
That should have been a blowout game. So,
I mean, not with the way the team's been playing, but theoretically, yes.
Theoretically.
On paper, yeah.
On the stats, it should have been too. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
Didn't line up, I guess.
I guess not. We're going to take a quick break here with our friends at DraftKings. Use promo code THPN, and we'll see you on the other side of that.
The NHL season has been packed with dirty dangles, hat tricks, and big wins. As the action rolls on, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has your shot to win big too. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get $150 in free bets if they win. That's right. A bump in the win column for your team means free bets for you. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you still have a shot to light the lamp. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Hockey Contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the promo code THPN, bet just $1 on any NHL team, and get $150 in free bets if that team wins. Again, that's promo code THPN, as in the Hockey Podcast Network, at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL.
Must be 21 years of age or older. Restrictions apply. See content description or DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
very quickly here, just for a few minutes, we're going to do a spoiler-free spoiler-free and impromptu talk about The Batman, the most recent movie that everybody cares about with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
Pattinson or
we'll do a
Patterson?
spoiler.
Pattinson, right?
Pattinson. We'll do a spoiler talk probably in about a week.
Yeah, somewhere around there once everyone's had time to see it. But
yeah, I was gonna say let's do it after trade deadline.
yeah, good idea. Yeah,
We will do that. So
for sure.
Because we went on a nice date. We went to this movie together.
Yeah, and thanks, Allie, for bringing this up as well earlier. Good choice. Instead of watching
Very good choice.
Ducks get blown out, go see Batman, because it was an awesome movie.
It was a great movie. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the acting was great. The story was great. The music was phenomenal. As two musicians, we both.
I saw somebody
how
put
great the
on
music
Twitter
was.
how the music wasn't really good or that sort of thing, and I was so happy to see pretty much every comment being like, "What?"
Did you even watch the same movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
My favorite though was somebody just straight up asked, "So are you doing the music for the sequel?"
Nice.
This is a great movie. All the
Yeah.
actors, there was
They crushed it.
yeah, they were doing great. There was only one actor, and I can't even remember his name right now, but I just remember him from the Transformer movies. He plays Falcone in the Batman here.
Oh yeah,
That was the only-
recognized him from somewhere.
Yeah, that was the only time I really got pulled out, just because it was, oh hey, I recognize him. Right? Like, not that I don't recognize anybody else in this movie. This is a star-studded movie, right? Robert Pattinson. And Eddie Serkis, and there's
I had no idea he was in it
Colin
either,
Farrell. He's under a lot of prosthetics, but and also props to the prosthetics team there for that look on the Penguin. That's amazing. Star-studded cast that played this all their roles really well, to the point that that was the only time I really got kind of pulled out of it, right? And it wasn't even like a bad thing or that. It was just, oh hey, there he is, because I actually didn't know that he was playing Falcone until a couple minutes before the movie.
Yeah,
and I had taken a look at the cast. That was really it.
Also, I love Jeffrey Wright's interpretation of portrayal,
Gordon,
I guess, of Gordon.
It was great.
Like a young, unhinged, just James Gordon. It was awesome to see.
I know there was
J.K.
different. Yeah, I know there's J.K. Simmons in the middle of this, but I really look at Gary Oldman for Commissioner Gordon, right? That's a tough act to follow. Really, I guess the entire Dark Knight series is a tough act to follow in certain ways. Unfortunately, things are always going to get compared to that at this point. But that movie was just great. The acting was great. Just you felt immersed in that world. I also enjoyed the fact that I think it's one of the first times, I guess the Nolan movies didn't really go back to it, but pretty much every Batman movie will have some flashback to the night that the Waynes died and that sort of thing.
Yeah. And
we didn't have that in this movie.
We're getting dangerously close to spoiler territory. Just saying there, but
sorry. Okay, I'm not. I'm not going to say anything more. Just basically know that you don't have to see Martha and Thomas Wayne get shot for the 1,000th time.
Yeah, it's the same with the Spider-Man trilogy. It's like, oh great, we don't have to see boring Peter Parker get bit by a spider and then get all sweaty and freak out.
But after,
and be like, why am I sticking to things?
Yeah, but after how the MCU kind of just tweaked little things here and there with the Spider-Man mythos, just to fit into that universe specifically, that makes me excited for freshman year, the animated series that's going to be coming out on Disney Plus for Spider-Man, because it could be a little bit different actually, right? You're still going to have the spider bite kind of thing, but things might get tweaked a little bit. So it might, who knows, Uncle Ben in this one, I'm just purely speculating. I'm assuming, Uncle Ben's still gonna get shot again, unfortunately, as well. But but who knows, right? The way that's talked about, it might even just be, just kind of in the lead up, the way that Peter kind of did the with great power, with comes great responsibility thing in Civil War, but it wasn't that line, because obviously we got that in No Way Home. It could honestly just be that Uncle Ben got killed in a car crash or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like it could be just a freak accident that Peter still feels responsible for because of something else.
Yeah.
Right. So sorry, we're kind of going. I kind of got sidetracked a little bit there, but it's just kind of an idea. I was like, you might not actually have like Uncle Ben getting like murdered in that series. Who knows? It'd be kind of interesting, actually.
Allie commented on here that she likes Jim Gordon from the Gotham TV show.
Yes,
I thought that portrayal was good as well.
Oh yeah, that was great. I love that as well. Like that's and I love that series as well. Spoiler if you haven't seen that series, I'll give you a second here.
I actually haven't seen it, but I've seen most like half of it. But so if it's an early spoiler, that's okay.
Basically, just where the whole series ends, though, is right at the start of Bruce Wayne taking on the mantle of Batman.
Oh yeah.
So everything is pre-Batman for that show, right? Like, you get some of those, that rogues gallery introduced and stuff like that, like the way that they did the Riddler in that, and in the Batman as well. I thought like there were two different portrayals, obviously, but both worked really well, and I really enjoyed them actually.
Yeah,
they were great.
Sure. Yeah, that was a good portrayal of the Riddler. I kind of compared the movie to Joaquin Phoenix's like the Joker. Like they have very similar darkness, mental health, like just unhinged vibes to them. You used a really great word. I'll let you say it because it makes you sound smart.
Psychoanalytical?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
You could really dive into that, honestly.
Are psychoanalytical. Yeah. It's
100%.
It just makes you think. And it's like, wow, like the Riddler, he murdered people, but like you understand why and like what he's doing. And like,
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's like you enter that gray area of like, okay, yes, but no. So again, we're getting close to spoilers. So that's all I'll say there. But yeah.
Oh, what was I gonna say about it? It's not really spoilery. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it is. I love that they pull from real life though with the Zodiac killer actually for Riddler.
Oh yeah.
So I guess it is okay. It is shown in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. But just like they have like the like Riddler's has his own kind of hieroglyphic system in there, right? That was very similar to the Zodiac killer as well, who made his own alphabet and everything like that as well for his murders and everything like that. So I like that it kind of pulled from real life and that. So
yeah, that was cool.
And okay, I guess like you really like the focal point of this obviously is the Batman, right? Is Bruce Wayne to a point. It was something I was kind of thinking about that. Okay, actually, no, sorry, I can't say that. No, that's getting a little too much. Okay, my bad.
Well, we'll save everything else we have to say for next time.
Yeah, this is another movie though that I could dive into, just being like a massive Batman fan and everything like that too. So I could have a lot of fun with that. So yeah, we'll definitely get into that. But yeah, basically great movie. Everybody did great in it. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing, both musically and the Foley work is just awesome. So definitely go check it out. So
yeah, if this Nashville game ends up being 5-0 after the first period, just like the other one, take a page out of Allie's playbook here and just hit the theater. Go see the Batman. It's great.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But we're gonna transition back to some hockey talk here. So for the second time, we'll play that theme music there. And just in case you haven't seen it, I know it's a week old at this point, but I want to pull this up here because this makes me very excited for a bright future. Yeah, but the NHL doesn't own this one, so someone else is going to have to come after our YouTube account now.
Oh, fair enough. All right, Carter. What?
This is. I just want to highlight this play. Let's watch or listen if you're just listening here.
Here come the Eagles again. Puck dumped in. Dostal going for it. And empty net mid. He scores! Lukas Dostal! Are you kidding me?
Love it.
Not only does he make 50 saves, but he shoots and scores. You have got to be kidding me.
Replay one more time here. Oh, also, sorry. Watch 14. Just get clipped with a high stick.
You have got to be kidding me.
Boom. Look how pissed off he is. Hilarious. But watch the
AHL
replay. Watch
Player of the
Dostal
Week
here.
gets it done.
Look at this. He just eats absolute shit.
Okay, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
I didn't see that until that first go through here.
Me too. Yeah.
he eats shit on it. That's great.
Yeah. When I was finding the clip here and wanted to make sure it was the right one, I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, he actually like he
But
goes
obviously
down hard.
nobody noticed that at first because everyone's watching the puck fly in the air because a goaltender is about to score there.
Yeah, exactly. Which
Lucas Dostal making 51 saves. He made one more save after that as well,
Mhm.
and throwing up a goal. Excuse me, holy shit!
welcome to puberty.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey? Throwing in a goal to just icing on the cake.
Yeah, it was beautiful to
Damn.
watch. So, and we haven't seen that since I don't think Pecorine a few years back.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. I feel like there was a junior goalie that did that
Maybe.
as well, like scored a goal, but I can't remember who it was offhand.
Yeah.
But at least in the AHL, NHL sphere, we haven't seen that for
Mhm.
a couple of years now. So, but
Yeah. So, like we said before, we need to call up Dostal because it fixes our goaltending and our offense.
and our offense, yeah. Oh man, I think I put it as a tweeter. I was sending it to you, and it was just like, like John Gibson, guys. I can only stop the puck. I can't score. Lucas Dostal, hold my beer.
Yeah, right. So yeah, making 51 saves and scoring a goal here. Congrats to Lucas Dostal on that because that's huge. Like the whole bench was out to celebrate with him,
That was
which
awesome.
was fantastic to watch. So, so that is this week's highlight that I have picked. And man, it's just a big energy move by
It's
Lucas
what?
Dostal there. A big energy move.
Okay, one more time. I didn't quite catch that.
A big energy move.
Oh, okay, I got it there.
Okay, perfect. Love to see it. Love to see it. Absolutely. Okay, we got a little bit of news here to talk about.
Sorry, I'm seeing this comment. Got Ali, hold my beer. He's not even old enough to drink.
That's a good
Oh
one.
man,
That's a real
hey,
good one.
you got a fair point. How old is Dostal again? Oh no, he's 21, so he's just old enough to drink.
Just barely. Yeah.
So, but also he's
Get
been
out here
allowed
with
to
your logic, though.
But he's also been allowed to drink where we are for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
It's 18 in Alberta.
Yeah, true. So we've got a little bit of news to cover here. First one, Ducks claim Andre Suster from Tampa Bay. We love our Tampa Bay guys, I guess.
Yeah. We also
Picked
love
up both.
bringing guys back that we've had at one point too.
Oh, we had Suster? I didn't realize that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We
cool.
had Suster during the 2018-2019 season. He played mainly for the Gulls there, but
Oh, okay.
played 5 games up with the Ducks there, 0 points. But with the San Diego Gulls, the San Diego Dulls. Oh my God. I mean, that's this season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had 39 games played, 3 assists in that time. So not,
Mhm.
but I mean, he's a defenseman, right? So as long as he's playing
Yeah.
defense and doing all right there, which, yeah. So
Is this Lindholm Manson insurance? Another guy you can bring in the third pairing role just to,
I
or
hope
as a
not.
seventh D or whatever.
Yeah, I'm the 7th D, sure.
Yeah. Like just to finish out this season, I mean, right? Because
Yeah.
we
Okay,
lose
sure.
2 guys. Like, obviously, no, I'm not saying throw Suster
Yeah.
top pairing with
Sorry,
Jamie Drysdale,
yeah.
but like
Sorry, at
someone
first-
has
yeah, at
to
first-
fill the holes, right?
At first, he said, like, is that Lindholm insurance? And I'm like, I hope not.
No. Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
that's
more
not
so
the-
just like
that's not the same.
the trickle effect. Like, okay, someone has
Yeah.
to move up to Lindholm's spot. Is that coming from the AHL? Okay, who's taking that AHL guy's spot or
Yeah.
whatever this might be? But is this
Yeah.
in preparation for that? Do you think?
I think maybe to a point. It's good to
Some
just
extent, yeah.
have some depth, obviously, to your defense, guys that can play in the NHL if they have to. Yeah, definitely more of a 7th defenseman now. He did play a couple of years over in Russia as well, 2019-20 and the 2021 season he started over there, and then came back to the NHL this season, 21-22 with Tampa, where he played 15 games for Tampa, 1 point, but also played a lot in Syracuse for the AHL affiliate there. 25 games played, 2 goals, 10 assists for 12 points, which is, yeah, he's been doing all right there. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sorry to answer your question one more time, he's more of a seventh defenseman guy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might not even see him in the NHL. Like
No.
this isn't even like my mind immediately goes to Volkov because we got him from Tampa Bay last year around this time. But I don't even think it's good to like compare them because Suster might not even play in the NHL, whereas Volkov did for us this season, anyways. But it's a no risk move essentially, which is good. So
yeah, it's a waiver claim. So
yeah, exactly. Okay, you've got a couple things here. Well, quite a few things on the Verbeek Q&A with Orange Alliance members. I read through them, but you might have a little bit more info on them than I do, so I'll let you take the reins here.
Yeah, sure. So this was just an article from the Anaheim Ducks website. Just a few. The massive amount on the thing is just the quotes that I pulled that I wanted to talk about here. So, yeah. So during on Saturday, the Ducks had Slapshot Saturday at Honda Center. Gave Orange Alliance members exclusive insight into Verbeek's initial experiences in Orange County, his team building philosophy, and potential plans heading into this month's NHL trade deadline. They did a lot of other things there as well. Looks like they kind of did like some like skills competition things with the Ducks players, and I think there was a practice before that or something. And it looked like it would have been a lot of fun though. So yeah, I just pulled a couple quotes here though that just we haven't heard a whole lot from our GM so far actually, so that's why I want to pull these out, just because it does give you that look into what he's thinking and everything like that too. And I thought there was some great stuff here. So Verbeek answered a lot of fan submitted questions, stuff like that. So yeah, this quote as well about the club's progress this season so far. Obviously this is before the blowout to Chicago, and the growth of its young players, saying, quote, "It's a competitive team, but there are still some spots I'd like to improve on. If you look from last year to this year, some of our young players have taken a big step forward. Troy Terry has taken a gigantic step forward, and that has made a big difference in our offensive ability and our ability to score more. Trevor Zegras and Jamie Drysdale have taken big steps from last year to this year also. I look forward to that progress." That's exactly what the fans want to hear. And
exactly. And he's right too. Like we're maybe not the most competitive team, but we're more competitive than last year. We can play and hold our own against good teams if we want to, apparently. But I really like what he's saying, and it shows that he recognizes that we have taken steps and that his job is to now build around those players that have taken steps. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm going to skip in what in the order that I have it there, just
sure,
for reasons. It says Verbeek here touched on several aspects of his team building philosophy, which this was interesting to me as well, including his dedication to scouting. He watches 225 live games per year, he estimates, and his belief in analytics, which that alone, just like the analytics, we'll get into the quote here in a second, but just,
big yes.
The fact that more teams are, making entire like divisions of that in their team to take a look at things and whatnot is great, because it does really help you, right? Like, it's great to obviously look at the eye test and everything like that. The best example of analytics really working isn't even in the game of hockey; it's in the game of baseball, and they made a movie off of it for that starred Brad Pitt, Moneyball, right? The Oakland A's, and how they looked at analytics instead of just the eye test and whatever the scouts just kind of knew of beforehand. Right. And they used analytics, got guys for super cheap, and made a great team. So, excuse me. Verbeek said, quote, "Analytics are certainly something I have a high focus on. You can really use it well, along with the coaching and scouting aspects." There you go. And that's how it should be used. I think you can merge them in such a way that will be beneficial, not just in finding players, but helping players develop their game. Analytics also play a key part in contracts. In a cap world, you're trying to find the best value you can for players. We're looking to improve our sports science department. Analytics and sports science will go hand in hand to help us understand what a player's potential is, to get stronger, and to physically improve his skating ability and things like that.
I like this comment from Ali here. You think Verbeek looks at Money Puck?
He's got his own Money Puck at this point, I think. So, but
he
honestly,
Money
that
Puck.
Money Puck is a great like starting point. Honestly, I think if you're looking to get into advanced analytics and that sort of thing. So, because like some of it's pretty just kind of laid out.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like introduction to things, like just the deserves and winometer, right? Just kind of takes all of that, all those advanced stats and everything like that, and just piles it together and just puts it in the simulations, right? That's why I like to look at it, because it gives you a good idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, just so because he was talking about how analytics play into contracts and stuff like that, that's why I just rearranged this here a little bit, because we do have some contracts obviously coming up here, potentially, hopefully within this week. Verbeek said he's trying to sign defenseman Hampus Lindholm to a long-term contract prior to the trade deadline, but he acknowledged potentially difficult decisions with pending unrestricted free agents should contracts go unsigned prior to March 21st. Verbeek said, quote, "I'm trying to sign these players, but if it doesn't work out, I might have to make some tough decisions and trade them," Verbeek admitted. "I would be worried to let one walk out the door and not getting anything in return. I would not be doing my job well if I let that happen. We're going to do our best to get it done, and if not, then we'll have to go a different direction." The lucky part about this is that the three unrestricted free agents that we have, that are the guys that you're really trying to push for to get signed right now, excuse me, they are valuable to other teams, right? Hampus Lindholm is one of the top available potentially defensemen going into this trade deadline. Ricard Raquel is a guy that you can use at minimum as depth scoring for if you're looking for a deep playoff run.
Yeah.
Right. And Manson as well is another solid defenseman that you can be looking at too. Right. So there's value to all of these guys. Hopefully none of them are just walking, right? You can find a deal and that sort of thing if it comes to the trade deadline and that sort of thing. I know I was hearing that he was looking at the week prior to doing that. So that leaves Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically left to
like
get these
Monday
contracts
at the
done.
latest kind of
Yeah,
thing.
Monday
Like if
at
it's
the
not signed
latest.
by Monday, they're being traded.
So the next 3 games here.
Yeah.
And then he's looking for trade partners. So and has put that out already, and we've talked about that too. This guy's got a plan though. Not that Bob Murray didn't have a plan, but like this already feels like a good plan, and we don't know the entirety of it, obviously, right?
Yeah. The nice thing is he's got a lot of room to work with. Like he has very few guys signed past this year and next year.
Yeah.
And he's got lots of cap space, and he's got young guys up and coming. Like he can turn this team into whatever he wants it to be, which is great. It's not like you have to deal with the Bob Murray's, what's the word I'm looking for here? Poor management is what I'm trying to say. Like there's none of that. Like there's no bad contracts left. Mismanagement. Yeah, thanks. That's the word. Thanks. Yeah. Like there's nothing that is hindering Pat Verbeek's plan. It's essentially wide open. Like you got John Gibson signed long term. You got Zegras and Drysdale and McTavish in the system ready to go.
Yeah.
And Troy Terry. The rest is all yours. It's perfect. I love it. And I like to see that he does have a plan and that he's doing things a little differently. Like the analytics, we're looking to the future. Like that.
Yeah.
The analytics are the future of the game. We have these young guys that are the future. And then, the trade deadline. It's like, we want to sign these guys long-term for the future, or we want to trade them for assets that we can use in the future. Like he just has that futuristic new team outlook. Like this isn't like, I'm just going to throw out, say the old Detroit Red Wings, like where it's like, okay, this is what we've had that works. We're just going to keep doing that and make the playoffs for 25 years.
Yeah, it was Ken
Nothing
Holland
wrong.
just trying to keep the playoff streak alive, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like there's none of that. This is what we've done in the past. This is what works. This is what we're going to keep doing mentality. It's all, this is where the game is going. Let's make this happen. So I love that. It's going to be nice and fresh for the NHL, I think.
Yeah, I like it as well. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember exactly. Oh yeah. So when we talk about analytics and everything like that, you get a lot of the old school crowd. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Shouting and stuff like that of, well, you just need the eye test or you need the eye test and everything like that. Not everything can be done on analytics or everything like that. That's right. Yeah, analytics isn't the end all be all, right?
Yeah.
You do it in tandem with
Mhm.
the eye test.
Yeah, it's what he said here,
So-
the hybrid and how they work together. Yeah,
Exactly.
I love it.
So if you're seeing good things from both, that's good. Or if you're seeing bad things, okay, something's really wrong here, right?
Mhm.
And if you have good on ice play but not great numbers, okay, take a look what can be improved, right? There's something there in that player's game that isn't quite right.
Mhm.
For example, and I feel horrible that like every example thing I've done lately, and it's not even intentional, has been an Edmonton Oilers related thing.
It's intentional. Don't lie to me.
No, it's I promise you it's not. But like everyone talks about, say, how great of a player Leon Draisaitl is and everything like that. But you take a look at his numbers, and his defensive numbers suck ass. He is horrible defensively, right? So take that for, let's just say a younger guy like a Troy Terry, right? I'm not sure what his numbers in that way exactly look like, but say they look similar to a Jamie Drysdale, right? Where it's okay, you're great offensively, you're excelling and everything like that, but the defensive numbers aren't great. We're not expecting you to be like us going for the Selkie or anything like that, right?
Mhm.
But to help the team overall, let's work on that defensive aspect a little bit, right? And then you can start to see that a bit more in the on ice play.
Yeah.
So that he can still do well. In our division, take a look at Johnny Gaudreau, right? Was not normally the most defensive guy. He honestly sucked at defense for a good chunk of it. But he's done all right this year. It's just improved, right? It's
Mhm.
not amazing or anything like that, but you can definitely see the improvement there, and that's just the help of analytics.
Yeah.
So
Leave it to a Flames fan to talk about how good the Flames are and how shitty the Oilers are on a Ducks
okay,
podcast.
fine. I'm fine. Okay, I'll go East Coast then as well. Austin Matthews' defensive numbers look actually decent from the last time I checked.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, it's
honestly,
been a while, but like they look well. He's excelling on the offensive. Obviously, the guy's got 40 goals at this point in the season.
Yeah.
But like he still helps out at least defensively.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, he could do fuck all defensively and no one would care because he scores 40 goals in fucking, what was it, 50 games this season or something? 51.
Something like that. Yeah. It's
like
ridiculousness. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that, analytics aren't the end all be all. And no analytics person is trying to say that whatsoever. Right. But it's definitely a way to help the on ice product and what you're seeing on ice. And it just sometimes shows, what might be missing or something like that.
Yeah. We've got a couple more things to talk about here, upcoming games and then what's quacking. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll wrap up the podcast on the other side here.
Hi. In case you're not from Brazil, where we are now very famous, allow us to introduce ourselves.
We're Cam.
All Canada division that is
Canada.
The all Canada.
Chris.
You trade those two guys for a
John.
clone machine and you clone Trent Frederick and you have a whole fourth line of Trent Fredericks.
And Drew.
Didn't he drop a not like actually take a but the guy said
Our podcast kind of definitely started out as a joke, and we've decided to keep it that way. But that's why we surround ourselves with smart people who really know what they're talking about.
Game and a half that she played, she looked so dominant and just such a good spot on this team.
And he'll take off in terms of being more active in the O zone and being more active in the transition game.
Because there is so much involved with technical development and physical development and injuries that can really impact it. So
tune in.
The Bruins podcast. The Hockey Podcast Network podcast. Presented by Bruins Die Hard.
All right. Well, we got some upcoming games to talk about here. 3, actually, before our next episode comes out. Thursday against Nashville, which we've kind of said is the all-important game here. And then a back-to-back Saturday and Sunday against the Devils and the Islanders. But we'll start with the Nashville game, which is in Nashville. That game's at 5 p.m. Pacific time.
The last time we played the Predators was November 22nd. The Predators beat us 3-2. I'm just going to roll here through these 3 teams. The last time we played the New Jersey Devils was November 2nd. We rolled over them 4-0. I like to see that.
Yeah.
That's
that
good.
game's at 4 p.m. Pacific, by the way.
Yes. And then the Sunday is the New York Islanders. We last played them just a couple weeks ago, February 27th, where the Islanders beat us 4-0 in a game that I thought I could forget about, but apparently not.
Nope, not today. That game's at 4:30 Pacific time as well. I mean, the Devils and Islanders games, like they're East Coast teams, like, yeah, it'd be nice to win them, but with how this season's going, and depending on how this game against Nashville goes, like, we might not even care at that point.
From Eric Stevens of The Athletic, Josh Manson, now recovered from a finger fracture, is on track to play tomorrow in Nashville.
Oh, sick.
But the Ducks could be very short-handed. These players are all banged up. Ryan Getzlaf, Trevor Zegras, Troy Terry, Jakob Silverberg. Isaac Lundestrom is already not on the trip. Team only had 3 forward lines in practice. All may not be out versus the Predators, but reinforcements from the AHL San Diego are likely.
Oh, interesting. Might get to see Braden Tracy come up for some games. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice, but you know what? No, we don't have Bob Murray anymore. Yeah, maybe that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that.
For sure.
I know I said Nashville, but like we'll really know at the end of this 5-game road trip. We're already 1 down, and it's not looking good. You got Nashville, who's sitting in a wild card spot right now. You got New Jersey, who is outside of the wild card. They're in 6th in that Eastern wild card race. Quite a ways back. They're 21-31-5, but 5-5-0 in their last 10.
Not bad.
Then you got the Islanders the next day, who are 4-4-2 in their last 10, sitting just 1 spot ahead of the Devils. And then you got the New York Rangers, who are sitting 2nd currently in the Metropolitan Division, who are 6-3-1 in their last 10, 77 points in 57 games, a 675 point percentage, a plus 27 goal differential.
Nice.
And for league standings are 6th.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Based on history and standings, I'm not looking forward to the rest of, or I guess really just those next 3. Yeah, that's the rest of that trip. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. We kind of need a miracle to keep the season alive here. The end of this road trip could, like, it's not even it. It literally, one more of these games is against somebody just in our conference. The other 3 games are against outsiders, really, that could just take like 2 points from us in the sense of, like, you know, if they win in regulation or that sort of thing. They're free points essentially if you win those games, if that makes sense. The way I worded that. But like literally Eastern Conference teams could end our season here. So.
Potentially, yeah. We got a question here from Allie we can talk about just quickly here.
Yeah.
Maybe since we're playing East Coast now, now is a good time to try Stolarz starting and a new Zegras line. I mean, with all the injuries and how poor Gibson's play has been, I'd say do it. Do it out.
Zegras with Milano and Terry. There you go. And Stolarz should have been started a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's going to get 1 start either against New Jersey or the Islanders.
Yeah, who played?
Because it's back to back.
Who played against the Islanders on the 27th? Who was
I'm
that?
pretty sure that was Gibson still.
That was Stolarz.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Yeah. But I remember he had like no help in that game, actually. That was one that I said I don't put it on him. I'm pretty sure.
So give him a little redemption on Sunday here for Stolarz. Hopefully
be nice.
Help him win that. Yeah, that'd be good.
Get a win in that nice new building of theirs.
Yeah. That's upcoming games, I guess. There's this is our season.
It's looking rough. It's looking rough.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's end it on a little bit of a positive note here with more positive, hopefully positive, with what's quacking.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let's start with your or the question here from @CSportsDiaries.
Yeah, sure. So Seattle Sports Diaries on Twitter, they're fun guys to talk to. Go check them out as well. So they asked, just how close are the Ducks from making a Stanley Cup run? I feel like they can be close, but as we've kind of talked about before, I think it depends on some system improvements still. Oh my God, why am I so gassy today? And that completely derailed my train of thought.
The
So,
gas
right.
that you were releasing was the thoughts leaving your body.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. At least they were coming out my head and not in another area.
Yeah.
Right. So there are still improvements to be made, I think, system wise, and that could be a change of scenery for a specific head coach. You bring in somebody who I won't even say has pedigree, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot about, it's the I don't even remember the term for it right now, but it's the club, right? Once you're in the club, you're in the club for 50 years at that point. And it's
the old boys club.
The old boys club. Thank you. I was going to say the old guys club, but it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
You just recycle the same guys over and over and over again.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those guys, don't get me wrong, that I would have loved to have. Talked about Gerard Gallant for quite a while there during the summer, or I guess last season, because he got signed by New York partway through. No, or was that the summer? Anyway, Gerard Gallant. I talked about Bruce Boudreau as well. So there's a couple guys that obviously would have been nice to have. You got a lot of younger guys as well coming up that could use a chance, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
You got Sheldon Keefe over in Toronto. That's looking all right. Even up the QE, up the just up north. Is not doing as great now, but you got young guy Woodcroft up in Edmonton there. It was looking all right for a while, and I was talking with an Oilers, another Oilers buddy of mine, who.
You have another Oilers fan in your life?
You'd actually be surprised at how many there are. It's kind of unfortunate. But he was kind of questioning, they just, they didn't even make him an interim coach at first. It was just right to head coach. And I was like, honestly, I think that's the best play to do at this point, and hope that you just don't fire him in a year, pretty much. But I was like, that's a guy I think that deserved a chance. He did well in Bakersfield and everything like that. So there are young guys that you can definitely give a chance to. I'm not really sure of any off the top of my head right now
that don't already have jobs.
Yeah. But there's definitely, maybe that's what we need, is just a change at who's driving the ship right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think in terms of roster though, we got the basis of it. You just got to make a couple tweaks here and there. Same as, we've said for last little while, same as Verbeek said in those quotes that we were reading, right? There's a couple spots that you can improve on. So
I think our window really opens probably 3 years from now. That's when Drysdale will be, or not.
I'd say 3 years to the latest.
Drysdale, but
I think we could do it at 1 or 2.
No. Okay, I'm saying go all the way kind of cup run.
Oh, deep runs. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, if we're just going general cup run, If not next year, the year after. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, next year I expect us. The expectation is make playoffs. The year after is win a round, maybe 2. After that, though, I think, Zegras will be 23, 22, because he's 20 right now, right? Or turning 20?
21.
Oh, God. I don't know. I'm blanking.
I got it here. He's currently 20. He turns 21 in 11 days, March 20th.
Oh, okay. So he'll be
24. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah.
We recorded on his
Ali beat us to it, actually. Turns 21 next week. Yeah. So he'll be 24 in 3 years. That's prime Trevor Zegras. Jamie Drysdale will be 23, and he'll be way more advanced than most other young defensemen in the league. We'll have a still relatively young John Gibson, late 20s.
He's 28 now, so 30, 31.
Yeah. Troy Terry's 24?
Yes.
Right now? He'll be 27 in a few years. So again, that's still prime Troy Terry. And then that gives us all time for all these other guys to come in. We'll have Mason McTavish still on his ELC. We'll have all of our other picks still on their ELCs
we'll have
in 3
McTavish
years.
too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And that's what wins you cups, is having those young depth guys that are ready to break into the NHL that are on their ELC still, because it allows you to add those bigger names at the deadline, like and the more cap guys. Like Mason McTavish is, in 3 years, he's not going to be playing like a $925,000 player.
No,
but he's going to be making that on our team. So
yeah, center depth. I don't even care like what order you put it in. I mean, I care a little bit, but just for the sake of this, center depth of Zegras, Lunestrom, McTavish, and Comtois if he's still around.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
That's got potential.
Yeah. So I say our big cup runs are coming in 3 to 5 years. That's our time frame. So
to start.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question, Seattle Sports Diaries. Let's jump ahead because you said your thing's a little bit quicker. So we're gonna take my my thing here. Okay. It's also pretty quick, but it's still in the hockey realm. As well. So this is a tweet that someone sent in a Discord channel I was in. You might have even seen it, Nate, here, but you know Jay Fresh Hockey, right?
Oh, yeah.
On Twitter. Yeah. I guess he likes to put out surveys. Did you answer his recent one from 4 hours ago?
Did not, no.
Okay. Well, his question is, how many current goaltenders do you consider elite? And who are they, obviously?
Why is elite the topic today, just in general? Oh my God.
I can go first because I've had a few hours to think about this.
Sure, go for it.
So I really don't like to throw out like, oh, this player's elite. This player's like, well, when we're actually talking, obviously Derek Grant is elite, but but if I'm talking like elite players in the NHL, I like to keep the list very limited. There's Connor McDavid, there's Sidney Crosby, there's Nathan McKinnon.
Mm-hmm.
You could maybe throw Makar in there, and that's about it. That like I like to keep it. Oh, and Ovechkin, like keep it to 5. That's it. Yes, Austin Matthews, great player. Don't consider him elite. Like that's kind of where I draw the line. Okay,
I disagree with you there.
You can make debates, but I'm saying like there's a difference between like fantastic player like Austin Matthews, and then we're talking probably best all-time goal scorer in the NHL, Alex Ovechkin. Like it doesn't make sense to compare those guys to me. So
a year or two more, yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking right now. We're not talking in a year or 2 or 10 years. We're right now. So that's what I'm saying. I again, that's my opinion, but I like to keep it very limited. So
I can see why.
Yeah, because it's just a personal pet peeve of mine when it's like, oh, this player's elite. This player's elite. This, like every team has 3 elite players. It's like, no, they don't. They have great players.
It's like the way the term the GOAT gets tossed around just on everybody pretty much.
It's like a meme at this point. So
yeah, to a point. Like there's definitely people that like deserve that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, exactly.
But it's kind of that elite thing as well. Mm-hmm. So obviously there's multiple greatest of all time. We'll put it that way. So
yeah. So with goaltenders, honestly, there's only, in my opinion, there's only 2, and it's Igor Shesterkin. Sorry, 3. I have 3. Igor Shesterkin, in no particular order. Andrei Vasilevsky, but he's the top. That's why I said in no particular order.
Right.
And the other one, even though he hasn't played this season, is Carey Price. Because those 3 goalies, I think, are the only ones that consistently can steal you games, and like whether it's regular season or playoffs. But it can take like a mediocre team that might have some gaps, but you put those goalies on that team, and all of a sudden they're contenders. Look at Montreal last year. There was glaring holes in that roster, and Carey Price was like, I got you all the way to the Cup Finals. Andrei Vasilevsky, okay, not saying that there's holes on Tampa Bay's roster, but Andrei Vasilevsky was the MVP of the entire league for the last 2 years, season and playoffs, without a doubt. Igor Shesterkin this year, there's a lot of glaring holes on the Rangers. And Shesterkin is like, I got you.
You think so? I mean, that's a
Absolutely.
whole other discussion,
Sorry.
but like glaring. Okay. All right.
Okay, maybe not glaring holes, but there's holes, right?
Hot take,
There was something else I saw. On Twitter, is there a history, like a post history?
Yeah, there is. Well, I mean, like you can like search. You can try to search for certain posts or that sort of thing. So
Okay. Yeah, you can read Ali comment here.
yeah, I just wanted to pull this one up from Ali. Honorable mention, Marc-Andre Fleury, because even though we were annihilated by Chicago, I love him. I pulled that up because I love him too. I got one of the jerseys there, another one right there, another one in the closet.
Yeah,
I also got a statue of him.
You
can't really see it, but it's behind me. I got a statue of the dude.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here, I actually found it. This is from @HockeyStatMiner. The New York Rangers versus teams currently in a playoff position. So they're in their matchups throughout the season. With Shesterkin in net, the New York Rangers against current playoff teams are 12-6-1. Without Shesterkin in net against those teams,
Georgiev,
or if they had any stints with their third goalie, whoever that is, the Rangers are 0-8-1. So Shesterkin is a huge not even a huge improvement, because he goes on to say, in fact, 3 of the 9 games were Georgiev losing with very good performances, a .933, a .947, and a .958 save percentage. So still good performances, but Shesterkin is just, it takes that team with holes and issues
just to the next level.
And so those are the 3 I'm putting on. Maybe a little bit of recency bias with Shesterkin, but Vasilevsky, Price, and you know what? I'll throw Fleury in there as well. Are elite, game-changing goaltenders. So what are your thoughts on that?
I do agree for the most part. If we're talking about just this season, I'm going to throw 2 more
not just
names.
this season, because I said Price. So you can do however many you want.
Okay,
over the last 2 years.
we'll keep it recency. We'll keep it recency bias.
Yeah. You can't go back to Tim Thomas, but current NHL goaltenders. Yeah,
we'll go with because the season's not done, we'll go with the last 2 years. So you got the COVID shortened season and this season so far.
Yeah.
I agree with Shesterkin, absolutely, and I do think I do agree with Jeff Merrick as well that he should be in contention for the Hart. Honestly,
Hart, Vezina, Norris, Selke, everything.
Shesterkin's goals against average currently is a 1.93. His save percentage is a 942 over the season.
That's disgusting.
It is. It really is.
Like you don't even you normally only see that with guys that played like one game and had a good game and they were called up as like the 4th string goalie, right?
Yeah.
Like you never see that over 40, 50 games. It's insane. Sorry, I'll let you keep going.
No, it's all good. Vasilevsky definitely there. He definitely does get a little bit of help though from the team in front of him, but that's not to say that he doesn't have bad numbers. The guy's got a 918 save percentage and a 239 goals against. Those are still very, very, very good numbers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to slight Vasilevsky whatsoever. This season, just as it hasn't been as high as it has been. Like you put up those numbers and say it's not his best season. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so sorry, you said Shesterkin, Vasilevsky, Price. Yeah, that's been a one for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm going to throw 2 more names at you for this season alone. Jacob Markstrom.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be biased with that, but that
no,
guy,
I know. Dude has 8 shutouts. Like, I'm not arguing.
He leads the league with 8 shutouts. The next guy is Ilya Sorokin of the Islanders with 5. Markstrom has a 926 save percentage and a 2.14 goals against, 26 wins on the season. Now, he's a guy like Vasilevsky as well, who can attribute a little bit of that to the team in front of him. The Calgary Flames under Darryl Sutter have been great, pretty much defensively. They've been great there. One more name I want to throw at you guys, at you and everybody else. Carolina Hurricanes goaltender at acquisition of this summer, Frederik Andersen. Anderson's got a 2.08 goals against average on the season. He's 3rd for save percentage in the league at a 928 and has 29 wins, tied for 2nd spot on the year.
Yeah.
Anderson has been on another level that the Toronto Maple Leafs only wish he could have gotten there. And he played very well for them as well. They just wish he could have continued that into the playoffs like a lot of their players. But Anderson this year has just been like, it feels like he's been on another level. And I don't know if that's just because he's not behind the Toronto Maple Leafs, that sort of thing. He's still behind a very good team in Carolina. Don't get me wrong. Just something about this year's Freddie Anderson just feels different.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the best way possible.
Yeah, those guys are having fantastic seasons. I'm not arguing with that. The only reason I haven't labeled them elite is because there's a difference, in my opinion, between having a fantastic season and being an elite goaltender. Like, I want to see that these aren't just one-off seasons. And
no,
like,
that's
I know
fair,
Markstrom's been good for a while. Anderson's been good for a while. But if they continue to play this way into next season, into the playoffs, like, sure, you can call these guys elite. But yeah. It's possible to go on a 40-game streak. Is what
if we're looking at the last 5 years, obviously Shesterkin's off of that because he's really
that
been
too.
Like the last 2.
Yeah.
Anderson has been good. Don't get me wrong, but he had his ups and downs.
He's been up and down.
Yeah. And Markstrom was also behind the Vancouver Canucks. Vasilevsky would be that top guy. You could argue.
Yeah.
If we're looking though just at last season and this season, just the shortened season in this one, right, which gives you a little over like your one usual season. Those are the 5 guys that I would put in that category. So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's kind of a vague question because there isn't a time frame.
Yeah.
But maybe.
But that's where you put a time frame on it, I think.
Yeah, I think for some postseason content, we should do like tier lists. You've seen those with like the colors on the side, S tier, A, B, all the way down. We should do that, but for like goaltenders, just and set a time frame of like this season, but go for like the whole thing. So yeah, that's what I think. I think that would be some good postseason content.
Yeah, I think that would.
We also had some comments I wanted to bring up as well for What's Quacking. We love feedback. We'll take feedback all the time. Ali's saying you guys should do more Sporkle hockey quizzes for What's Quacking. Absolutely. We enjoy doing them as well. We enjoy doing different things. But if you want to see more Sporkle hockey quizzes, you ask and you shall receive.
Yeah. Offseason will be really good for that too.
Yeah. Actually, I think that was it.
That was it? All right.
Yeah, cool. Okay, you got one more thing for What's Quacking here.
Yeah, I got one more thing. I couldn't remember if this was brought up on the show. I was talking about the Falkland Islands. Was that on the show or was it just off air? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I brought this up though, and I found the clip.
Nice.
This is a lot older than I thought, actually. This is, as far as I know, pre-2001 is what I could gather.
Oh boy.
But this is a clip from it was John Boy and Billy. They had Steve Rizzo on, who was a comedian there, and I don't really have a better way to describe what's going on except like in this conversation besides just for everybody to listen to it. So this is by far one of my favorite things, just the fact that he'll just continue talking and everybody around him is practically dying of laughter. So take a listen here about the Falkland Islands.
People from Brooklyn curse a lot, but they don't mean to. Certain words are adjectives to them. Like when I was going to college, I was in a history class with a friend of mine who was from Brooklyn, and the professor was talking about when Argentina attacked the Falkland Islands. So, this guy's going, yo, Professor, what Falkland Islands you talking about? So the professor's like, I don't think you want to say it. He's going, hey, no, you don't understand. I asked you a question. I got to know what Falkland Islands you're talking about. There's Falkland Islands all over the place. What am I supposed to put on a test for crying out loud? So the professor's like, look, there's only one Falkland Island. He's like, hey, moron. Hey, read my lips, all right? There's Falkland Islands all over the world. Look at the map. Look at it. See those little pieces of dirt floating around in the water? Do you know what they are? They're Falkland Islands. You got the Hawaiian Falkland Islands, the Bermuda Falkland Islands, the Caribbean Falkland Islands, and somewhere on there, you got Gilligan's Falkland Islands.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, did you catch that loud bang at the very end there?
Yeah, I did.
That was somebody falling off their chair.
Nice.
So yeah, I couldn't remember if that was like on the show that I had brought that up or if it was off air, but I found that clip that it still cracks me up every time I listen to it. It's so good. And so apparently it must be like in another life I was just from Brooklyn or that, because I too use swears as adjectives.
Yeah.
You can go through any of these episodes, and that's how I do it. So, yeah, apparently in just another life, I was from Brooklyn. So, but yeah, that's I love that clip. It's so good.
Yeah, no, that is good.
Hey,
All right.
moron.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of the Quack Report. Thank you to everybody who stuck with us this long. I know it was a long one and it was all over the place. Hopefully we took the dumpster fire that was the beginning of the episode and turned it into something positive here. Before we take off, just shout out to Allie, who was in the comments this evening.
And
Lauren as well, but specifically to Allie because it's her birthday on tomorrow.
Hey!
So hopefully Ducks can get a win against Nashville.
As a birthday present, Carter is going to sing happy birthday to you.
No, I'm not. Not because I don't care, just because I don't sing.
You can do it like Johnny Cash. It's like speak singing.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Happy birthday to you.
That's just creepy. It's a little creepy.
No, you gotta find the clip of Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's got to do the rap in your name.
Yeah.
Derek.
But yeah, hopefully, Allie, the Ducks, if you're listening, win this one for Allie.
Do it for
please.
Allie.
Yeah. We got to put that on some merch.
Yeah, do it for
Do
Allie.
it for Allie.
She's not dying or anything like that. She just needs a win.
She's just got a birthday.
She's got a birthday. She just needs a win here.
So happy early birthday to you, Allie. And we'll hope to see you on the next episode as well. And we can, the horror on my face. Yeah, no. Hope to see you on the next episode so we can, so you can tell us all about how good your birthday was. Shout out to Lauren as well, like Nate said, for joining us in the chat as well. Keeping things interesting here. And you can follow us at Quack Report Pod, Twitter, Instagram, on YouTube where we live stream, on Twitch where we live stream. Make sure and like, subscribe, 5 stars, all that fun stuff. Thumbs up, thumbs down. No, not thumbs down, just thumbs up.
Yeah, no, thumbs down. I think they took the thumbs down off of YouTube.
It's still there. You just can't see how many dislikes there are.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Pointless. But yeah, at Quack Report Pod is where you can follow us. At Carter_POTTS_97 is myself on Twitter. And Nate, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter at Tatenamas, TATENHOMAS, as always.
Perfect. And that's the episode. I did everything that I normally do before the music. So now I just
make
get
sure you
to
still hit the
ramble
post.
on as slowly as possible. And yeah, I guess we'll see you
Catch you next
on
time.
Monday.